What's up, my dude? So where did that come from? How did it start? That's kind of what this video is all about. So I'm pretty sure that I came out of the womb saying, what's up, my dude? So I think that some people might have the idea that I sort of just act that way to try to be entertaining on YouTube, because a lot of YouTubers do that. They'll act one way for YouTube videos and then in person they're totally different, but that's not the case for your boy. This is what I am. So I just thought I'd make that clear to you guys and kind of tell a little bit of backstory on where all these sayings and stuff have come from, because it was never something that I purposely wanted to do on YouTube. I never said, okay, let me do this what's up my dudes and say vibe and all this other stuff like for sure and pronto ASAP, and all that was never planned. I just, oh my god, that dude almost killed me right there. But that was never something that I was like, it was never like a pre-baked idea, if that makes any sense. It was just more of my personality that started to come out once I got more comfortable doing YouTube videos. So at the very beginning, I would be really generic, like, hey guys, my name is Spencer Turley, and I'm so scared to make this YouTube video right now, you know? But it got where I got a lot more comfortable, and then that's when I started doing the what's up my dudes and all that stuff, and now it's like this legendary meme that everybody has started saying, and it's crazy, man. It's awesome. I never thought that it would turn into something like that. Every single time I get on a MX Simulator server or something like that, somebody pops the what's up my dude. So it's cool, man. I just never thought just my little simple sayings would turn into something. So it all started back in high school, where I would straight up just be walking down the hallway and one of my buddies would be walking by and I'd be like, what's up, my dude? You know, it was never something that I like purposely did. It was just something that I did. It was the way I talked to people. It's the way I talk to my friends. I always said, what's up, my dude? So I was actually known for doing that. It was like oh yeah, Spencer Turley, you know, he says that stuff in high school. So it was never this fake kind of thing, and obviously I'm not the first person that invented the what's up my dudes thing, but I just really started to use it in real life. And it's the same way with the pronto ASAP and the for sure dog and stuff like that. That's the way I talk to my friends, and that's kind of how I started on YouTube. Was I didn't want to be too professional. I always wanted it to be like all of the people that were watching me was my buddies, like my best friends, like my homies, stuff like that. It was never trying to be all professional, say everything perfect. Let me read this off a piece of paper. I always wanted to do it right off the top of my head and just like I'm talking to a friend. That's kind of what I wanted to make really different about my YouTube channel than a lot of other people's YouTube channels. So that's why sometimes some of the things I say might seem a little crazy, because I'm talking to everybody like I've known you for my whole life, like a day one dude. So I apologize if you're not used to that, but that's the way I am, and that's the only way I would want to do it. I don't want to be too professional. That's not my vibe, dog. Like, I ain't trying to do that. So, but that's kind of how it started, was back in high school, and then it just kind of carried over to the YouTube thing. And whenever I say what's up my dudes, it's not actually directing towards any demographic. I know that this is probably one of the most confused things about the whole thing, and it's probably one of the boldest moves I've ever made before, because I know a lot of female girls that would watch my videos would think, oh, what? He said, what's up my dudes? I'm not going to watch him, because they think that what's up my dudes or dudes just means a male or a guy. But the way I say what's up my dudes, I just mean it as a friend, like a buddy. I don't mean it as any sort of like male, female, anything like that. So you could have a girl, a guy, a dog, a bird, a cat, and I'll still call it dude. Let's just say there's a bird flying by, I'll be like, oh, that dude's having fun, you know? And if there's a dog, I'll be like, hey, what's up, dude? And if there's a girl, I'll be like, chill out, dude. And if it's my buddy, I'll be like, oh, what's up, dude? So it's that's just the way I've always used dude. And I understand if you grew up with dude being like a male only thing, like a guy only thing. Trust me, I totally understand that. But for me, it was never like that. I just called everybody and everything dude. I just kind of got addicted to saying dude. So whenever I say that in my videos, it's never directed towards only guys or only girls or whatever. It's to just friends, like to best friends. That's what it means, to my buddies, to my homeboys, to my homegirls. You know, when I say homeboy, it's not, it's just the way you talk. It's not directed towards, it's hard to explain because it's when you grow up learning it and saying it, not based towards anybody, but then somebody else thinks it's based towards only males, then it confuses the whole system. But that's who I am. And if, you know, if a girl wants to come watch one of my videos and thinks that I'm like, you know, trying to be anti-woman or something like that, then she can think that. I mean, she doesn't have to watch my videos. If she's smart enough, she'll realize, hey, I'm not, you know, shunning girls and stuff like that out. That's just the way I talk. So, and when I say what's up, my dudes, that's directed to everybody, not just one kind of person. So I'll probably have to make another video about all that eventually if, you know, I ever get to the point where there's a lot of girls watching my videos and you get those feminazis that want to try to shoot you down real quick. I may have to make another bigger video on that one day, but just thought I'd kind of let some of you female viewers know, if there's any of you out there. I know that, like I'm saying, it's a pretty bold move what I'm doing because it's directed. A lot of people look at dude being only guys. A lot of people look at it like that, but I knew that that was the way I talked, and I knew that I just had to be myself. So I wasn't going to sacrifice being myself for getting a few more girl viewers. I just wasn't ever going to do that. I'm always going to be myself. That's the way I'm going to be, man. And for me, like, it actually got to the point where if I wasn't being myself completely, I couldn't even make a video, period. So it was kind of one of those things. I could choose to either be myself or be this, like, straightforward, let me not offend anybody, let me say every little thing perfectly. And yeah, I just couldn't do it like that, man. And so, Spencer, you nub. What's up, dog? You 80 seconds back trying to take me out? All right, dude. But no, it's, oh, I love it, dude. Online servers, they're my favorite. If you want to try to, like, calm down your nerves a little bit and, you know, help with, if you get mad at some of these games like this, like let's just say you get really upset about lappers or whatever, well, get pretty good at the game and then hop on a server like this, just like a random O3 server, and go race everybody and lap everybody twice, and then you start to get better at lapping people and it doesn't frustrate you as much, and you can let it pass by. It's not that big of a deal. Like, for me at this point, a lapper can blow me plumb off the track, and I don't even really blink an eye to it, because you just get to that certain point where you can get upset about it, but they're going to continue to do it. So what's the point about getting upset about it? You can take them back out, and that's fun, but, you know, it's whatever. It doesn't really teach them in any kind of way, and that's something I learned about it. Like, the whole lapper thing, you can't do anything about it. So, and that's what I've learned with life in general. A lot of things out there, if you can't change it, like, don't try. Don't. And it's the same way with, like, getting upset. That's what you got. Anything you get upset about in life, you got to look at the bigger picture. You got to look at, okay, is this really going to change something, me getting upset about it? Or is there just going to be 100 more people come through and do the same exact thing, and so it doesn't matter anyways? You know what I mean? We're living in this constant, revolving, future, flowing life, and it's not like you can go back and change the past. So what happened, happened. So that applies to everything. If a lapper blows you off the track, you can't go back and take that away. It happened, and they can do that at any point in time. Even somebody that has never been suspended and really good pro racer, they can blow you off the track. If they're a lapper and you're about to lap them, they can blow you off the track for no apparent reason, and that can happen at any second. So it's better to be prepared for that and not get upset about it than it is to get upset about every little thing and try to protest everybody every time they do one little thing. I feel like you just got to man up in situations, and I've had to learn that. That's one of the biggest things I've learned with YouTube and MX Simulator and all that stuff. It's just not worth getting upset over. It's not that big of a deal. Some things where they're really affecting the community and it's a bigger deal like that, then I do feel like it's important to talk about it. But yeah, it's just the what's up my dudes, it's awesome. And the vibe thing, that started whenever I was doing the custom tracks. I was trying to figure out, okay, because all these different custom tracks sort of had like different themes, different feelings, so I had to come up with a word that was really short, easy. Vibe it, dude, you know, like what better word? And the vibe thing, I just started doing that on accident. I don't even know really how that happened. Then it just turned famous in a day and a half, and I don't know, like people started saying it and said start putting a vibe counter in the top of your videos and stuff, because I guess I was saying it a lot. It was kind of like one of my beginning repeat words, and that's what it turned into. But there's a lot of Spencer Turley sayings. If you talk to one of my best friends from high school, he could tell you even more that I have not even said in videos and stuff. It's just there's so many of them that are funny, like colder than a witch's titty. You know, it goes on and on. So there's another one, quicker than you can say Bob's your uncle. And I think I've said a couple of these in videos, but not as often as some of the other ones. So, and some of these I learned from my dad. Some of them I've kind of learned from certain people. Some of them I've just kind of came up with on my own, but it's all stuff I say. So it's pretty funny stuff, man. But yeah, that's kind of where all the famous Spencer Turley wording came from. It was just basically high school days where I would just start talking like that, and it was just fun times and funny times, and that's where it all started. So this isn't fake right here, boy. This is as real as it gets, and I'm always going to be that way, man. Just going to be myself, and if some people don't like it, they can walk along. It's never bothered me. I've never been one of those kind of people to try to not say something or say something to keep a subscriber. I've never worried about that in my entire life. I've always just been able to shake it off. You know, if I accidentally said something or whatever, it's not that big of a deal, because this is me. I'm not faking anything. I would hate to be a fake person. That would make me I couldn't even sleep at night if I knew I was a fake person. Oh, man, and there's so many of them out there. You got to be careful, guys. Be careful who you trust. It's a dangerous world, crazy world. You can really only trust yourself in this world. In this dimension, you can really only trust yourself. And know what's right. You know in your mind if something's good or bad, or if you think it's good and you think you've done a good job on something or anything like that. If you believe in it, that's all that matters. Nobody else really matters. Yeah, family's good, and you can have a good family, and that's really good. A lot of people don't have that, but that's a really good thing to have. But still, at the end of the day, you can only trust yourself. Don't worry about anybody else. Just trust yourself, man. Trust what you know is true and real to you. Don't worry about what anybody else says or types or whatever, because it could be a straight bold-faced lie. And that's just the truth. So anyways, thanks for watching the video. Later, dudes.